Hi, I'm Jessie. I am a 29-year-old with lupus. I live in Perth, Western Australia. I come from Lake Grace, Western Australia. I turn 30 in less than a month. And when I say I have lupus, I mean I have systemic lupus erythematosus, which is the big, broad lupus that everyone talks about. You may know, if you follow me online, that in my blog or on my websites, that I've had a lot of brain problems lately. It's because I have cerebral vasculitis as a complication of my lupus. That nice sentence turns into a nice little name, lupus cerebritis. Basically, I have lupus with brain disease. And you can see these beautiful little things there, and you may be able to see my cords there. I am all hooked up. Wait a sec. I'm all hooked up to a heart monitor because for the last few weeks I've been having heart palpitations. They aren't murmurs. I accidentally said that recently and I was very strictly told it's not true. Sorry guys. This is what happens when a person that doesn't know about medicine starts to think that I know something about medicine. Promise, I don't know anything about medicine. I know what they tell me, and even then I get confused because, like I said before, I have a brain disease. So anyway, so these things I'm all hooked up because for the last few weeks I've been having palpitations, so flutterings in my heart, and because I already have a brain disease as a complication of my lupus, they're worried that now I have heart disease too, or heart problems. Lupus is not genetic. There is, and it's not caught. There is no way that they know where lupus comes from typically. However, they think that there are some genetic factors. And if we look back through my family history, if you travel it back along a certain way, there are people that do have heart problems, and on their paperwork it says heart problems, words, lupus complications, lupus coagulants. So we're just going to go and assume that I come from that part of the family tree and that I may have those kind of issues in the future, maybe. Not assuming that I definitely will, but saying that it could be likely, so I need to keep that in mind, just like I also need to keep in mind some other things. Don't worry about them. So anyway, basically, I've had heart palpitations and I recently went on a new medication. So I wanted to know if it was medication or if this was me, because I'm lucky. My friends have been joking a lot this past week that on my bingo card of medical conditions that just trying to tick them all off. And of course the brain's okay now. It seems to be, well, it's not okay, but it seems to be managed. Not much of an issue. A lot of people are like, not so worried about it anymore. So apparently attention seeking me has gone and got problems with their heart, or is saying that it's problems with the heart just for attention. Not really saying it for attention, it's just a joke. Anyway, so stopped the medication a week ago, and I was weirdly hoping that they still occurred. These things continued because, like that medication, I felt it really helped me and really helped my cognition. And yay! Without that medication, turns out there is still a heart flutters and the palpitations, so it may be residual. It may just be that my cardiovascular system was overstimulated for a period of time. Maybe that'll drop off. In the meantime, regardless, I have, every time I feel the flutterings or palpitations, I've been noting them down, and every day they roughly start early to mid-morning and they go till I go to bed. I'll be in bed and I can still have the flutters sometimes. I'm documenting them all down. They happen for about 15 minutes. every 2 hours apart. It's not consistent though. There's nothing that's consistent about it because it's lupus. That's what lupus is. So yeah, I'm all hooked up. Definitely wasn't the medication. So first barrier crossed, all hooked up. I've had a few flutterings, so there's definitely going to be something. Now it's interesting because last week was the first time I talked about this. I put a video up, you may have seen the video, but I put the video up talking about it, saying, I hope it wasn't medication. And so then I put it out there, you all knew then. Then today I had an ECG, echocardiogram, which is where they put a whole lot of these things on there and just test. Just a little test, just there. Just see if they can see anything. And now they put this on there, which is kind of like a long-term ECG, echocardiogram. So I couldn't see it, and I took a photo, and I put it on my Instagram. You may have seen it. I thought it looked pretty because of all the zigzags, and sometimes I'll zigzagging up, and then sometimes I'll zigzagging down, and I was like, oh, yeah. I find all this kind of stuff interesting. So yeah, put it up on Instagram, and somebody said that I was a little bit obsessed with it, and maybe I was just the implication was maybe I was putting it on. Kind of hope I am, because who wants hard stuff? Yeah. Anyway, now you get to see my quartz. Now you get to see my blue bits. Got to see a little bit of my pink bits too. Now wiggle. Keep going to pull I was driving around the car before. Keep hearing songs on the radio. I'm like, oh, this is a great song. Yeah. Wanted to Shazam it. First of all, don't use my phone when I'm in the car. But then, as soon as I hear a song, I always got to grab my phone to Shazam it, because I'll be doing that in shops and stuff. And every time I'm like, this won't Shazam a song. And once or twice I also went to the toilet and I pulled my band down. I went to sit down. I'm like, oh, gotta take your pants off before you go to the toilet. Not the band with your cardiac stuff in it. Yeah. So that's my story for the day. Pretty funny, pretty embarrassing. I've just been getting around a cardigan and a scarf just to hide it. And if anyone sees this, well then they know Jessie's got hooked up. Yeah. So I'll keep you in touch.